Hey guys, it's me, Cashmere Nicole, Beauty Bakerie CEO and founder. I'm back at Morphe with a second serving. You know, last time I was here, I gave you guys this berry date night look, and this time I wanted to add in some pops of color, lighten things up for the road, so stay tuned. So let's go ahead and get started with our look. I'm going to start with our baking spray because this can be used both as a primer and as a setting mist. I like to let it dry down and go again. Because my face at this point needs like a lot of hydration, so I like to hydrate the skin. This has aloe in it, things that are really like gentle on your skin. It has a light, fresh scent to it. Gives you the feel of a bakery, but that scent does not stick around if you're not into those types of things. And don't we love a good 2-in-1? This product doubles as both a skincare product, as like a primer, and also as a setting mist. At the end of your look, just finishing touches. So I'm gonna let that dry down before I start on my base. All right guys, so a quick little baking tip. I'm going to spray my sponge with our baking spray just ahead of applying my F350 shade by Morphe. 60 shades they offer here, so you can't go wrong when it's time to select your shade. This is dead on, no mixing required, even though bakers like to mix. So this is a full coverage foundation, and I am a full coverage queen. If you haven't noticed, I love cake. I love cake face. I love layering it all on. So I'm going for the fullest coverage with this. Even though this has a matte finish, if you're into hydration, be sure to really soak that sponge in tons of water, or as you saw me before, douse it with a lot of the baking spray. And that way you can choose the finish that you want. I'm really into a matte finish, but I also love radiance. So I get the best of both worlds. So guys, I just applied my Morphe Fluidity Concealer. I am in the shade F365. What I love about this concealer is that it's super blendable. It's full coverage. You know, I love coverage. I want to look like I stepped out of a magazine all the time. That's just me. Doesn't have to be you. And you can adjust coverage on this by just applying a little bit more moisture. So with the flower setting powder, what you'll love most about this is that it blurs your pores, it blurs you. It has this crazy good blurring effect. Now, just for a few tips and benefits, it has this locking mechanism. It won't spill as long as you turn that lock after each use. You can save your product. I have taken our flower setting powder in the shade Plantain. I've also mixed in just a little bit of oat just to get the right shade. I play with it all the time. Sometimes I switch it up. And I go under here and I apply a nice amount and I bake. So I let that sit. I'm now gonna use the same damp sponge to kind of blend it out. For our almond flower setting powder, I'm just going to go right here and contour just a little bit. Then I'm gonna go under to highlight that area just to kind of chisel out my cheeks. And the shade I'm using to do this is Cassava. And now we bake. All right, and now I'm just going to blend that out a little bit with my damp sponge. And so now that I have baked my concealer, I've baked my contour, I've even chiseled out my cheeks, I wanna go in with an all over bake just to make sure that everything is gonna stay in place because honey, I do not want foundation hand. I'm taking this brush and I filled it up with two of my favorite shades. That's Oat and Plantain today. And my weapon of choice today is the Morphe Talkin' Flirty 18F palette. I'm using the shades Sweet Talk and Cheeky. I want the really strong pigmented pink on my lid, so I decided to double up on those shades. I think the reason why I'm so in love with it is because it's so pigmented and because I never go for the colors that are outside of my comfort zone, which we should do a little bit more. I typically grab like your neutral palettes. I don't play with the color too much, but that's gonna change right now. All right, so I'm going for a bright spring look. I'm using P. Louise's Basic Touch of Frost just to kind of match what I've got going on here. I thought these would be fun colors and a fun look to create. So next up, we have the Morphe 35M Boss Mood palette. I'm going to use this shade right here. I'm using a brush from the Vacay Mode set. I'm going to put that really pretty green right underneath. All right, so we've gotten all of the color that we could possibly want, and now it's time to apply mascara. Gonna use the Morphe Irresistible lashes. I love for my lashes to have like a lot of different dimension. For me, I feel like that looks best for my eyes. They're so big that only certain shapes are going to work. So I love these, and these are the ones I'm going for today. Going in with our Milk and Honey palette. My latest obsession in this palette, aside from the entire palette being an obsession, is spoiler alert. This color is, for lack of better words, it's blinding. It's really a strong, powerful highlight. So I used the brush, and then sometimes I like to use my finger to kind of really get the product to go where I want it to go and soften up the glow. If you want a powerfully bold highlight, pack it on with your brush. For me, I'm softening up the glow. And if you're crazy, like I am, start to layer. So I've already gotten started because I'm so excited about this shade. I'm gonna go in with a neutral peachy lip using Morphe's Flower Crown. And we want to set this look in with Beauty Bakerie's baking spray, so let's do it. All right, Morphe babes, that is the look. Again, I am Cashmere Nicole, Beauty Bakery's CEO and founder. You can follow me on Instagram, and I would love it, and we can chat. You can also follow Beauty Bakery at Beauty Bakery Makeup. So I know I don't normally play around with color. It's very intimidating for me, and I think that if you guys want to try it, pop into a local Morphe store, let a Morphe babe doll you up, and see if you can get some comfort around using color. And just don't be afraid to create, guys. It's art. You can do whatever you want. So stop into the store, stop by the Beauty Bakery booth, and get some help from a Morphe babe. Thank you guys for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. Please leave comments and let me know what you think. You know, if you want to see something else, we can do a sweet talk, you know, have a chat, whatever. Thank you again.